You might not punish your vehicle like this, but it's nice to know it can handle it. This is Mudfest, an SUV competition organized by the Northwest Automotive Press Association to choose the best sport utes and crossovers in different categories.
Which annual version of Mudfest is this?
17, so there's some experience here.
You can actually compare vehicles that normally you drive, weeks and weeks apart, where you can drive them side by side.
So that I really get a sense of what their capabilities are, what their features are, what they have, especially at a certain price point.
We start with the compact category. We have the family SUV category, which is the bigger ones, and then we have the off-road category, and then we have an overall winner, the SUV of the year.
First off, let's recap last year's winners.
Kia Sportage, Ford Explorer, Volvo XC90, and the double winner, Jeep Grand Cherokee.
You have a good spread of different journalists, and we all live here in the Northwest, so we're all doing the things that everybody in the Northwest does. We're camping, we're hiking, we're boating, we're doing all this stuff. So we've driven a lot of SUVs already, and we've done a lot of this stuff in an SUV.
Let's see how they do against New Crop. As always, they'll run two distinct courses.
A handling course where we can kind of figure out how the vehicle handles on road.
Then each vehicle will tackle either the easy off-road course or the tough one.
All of these vehicles are very capable off-road. Probably tiny percentage of them will actually ever go off-road.
So it could be argued the paved segment is most important. Driving like this, though, not exactly setting a good example for the kids.
We can kind of figure out how the vehicle handles on road, in evasive maneuvers, in braking maneuvers, things that a typical consumer might experience on the street, but you don't want to do that testing on the street.
Driving a crossover doesn't mean sacrificing handling. This is the Volkswagen Tiguan. Great fun in the corners.
Vehicles are also rated for utility and features.
Well, the nice thing is the way we separate out the classes, and so we have them separated somewhat by price, somewhat by use. So we have an off-road group, we have a family car group, and so it's more comparing apples to apples. So while we have a Mini and a Land Rover, we're not comparing the Mini to the Land Rover. And so it really makes it more useful for us and more useful for the consumers when they read about what we've done here.
When it's time to hit the off-road course, there's no doubt where the competition gets its name. The lighter course is like a poorly maintained Forest Service road. Some take it easy, others not so much. It's proof most buyers don't need ultra-rugged rigs.
For example, this is the Honda CR-V, the most popular crossover sold in America. It handles this rough stuff just fine. Most owners will never, ever take it on anything this rugged.
The severe course is reserved for the more capable vehicles.
The harder one is more designed to show the abilities that more extreme off-road vehicles need, like articulation, how the wheels travel, the approach and departure angles, what kind of objects they can approach and climb over, what kind of dips they can go down into.
And just to prove that it can, the Subaru folks take the Forester on the same path as the big boys. No, it does not get stuck.
Anytime you get to drive somebody else's car through the mud and do terrible things to it, then yeah, that's a lot of fun.
All right, the results are in, and the 2012 Mudfest winners are... Let's get to it.
Best Compact, Mazda CX-5. Best Family, Acura RDX. Best Luxury, Range Rover Evoque. Best Off-Road, Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. And the winner of the Northwest SUV of the Year is Range Rover Evoque. It's a clean sweep for the muddy newcomers. May they enjoy their year in the sun and the rain. So folks, that's what the collective voted. In case you're wondering, I largely agree. CX-5 and RDX were my top picks in their category. Same with the Evoque and Wrangler. SUV of the year? Well, Evoque is very impressive, especially its design. I voted for the incumbent Jeep Grand Cherokee because of its all-around balance and a price us mere mortals can afford. I also prefer the Range Rover Sport. Its drivetrain is certainly the most impressive in terms of refinement and smoothness. The interior rocks too, but then again, at its price point, it darn well should. I chose the Jeep just because of my practical Midwest upbringing. There you go. Hope you enjoyed Mudfest 2012. That's Driven. I'm Tom Volk.